Cancer, what's going on, y'all? This is Michael with Transcending the Mind. I wanted to go through some quick house cleaning stuff. Um, if you would, please hit the, not sure which side it is on, so hit the like, subscribe, hit the bell, let you know when I put out new videos. Uh, I'm hoping to try to keep up with the frequency of my videos. Recently, I've had a change at my day job, and I'm going to have to be working in the office more. So that does tie up a little bit more of my time. So that's knocked out. I wanted to talk about first, before I really get into you guys' reading, uh, I am learning shamanism, learning the Four Winds Society style of shamanism, handed down from the Kiro. And at this point in my shamanic training, I'm going to be giving away in the month of February. If you live in Jacksonville, Florida, put in the comments that you would like a shamanic illumination slash chakra clearing and balancing down in the comments, and say that you live in Jacksonville, Florida, and I will be picking 3 people, 3 lucky winners from that pool to get a free chakra balancing and shamanic illumination. Also, this video is going to be for February, so happy birthday, Aquarius! Happy birthday to me! Happy birthday to you, Aquarius! And for my birthday, I'm not asking for anything. I'm going to be giving. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be giving away a free tarot reading that's at least 30 minutes. And that tarot reading could be subbed out for a Reiki session that's at least 30 minutes as well. And if you live in Jacksonville, Florida, or if you are going to be in Jacksonville, Florida when you want it, I can actually do that in person for you. And once again, it's 30 minutes. If you're not in Jacksonville, that'll be a pre-recorded reading, or we'll set up something on maybe Skype or something if we're doing a Reiki session. But what I need to hear from you for this to work out is I need some comments down below. Tell me how this video, if it applies, if it doesn't. Give me some pointers, give me something. I'll be doing it for people that comment, and this will be going out for all my February videos, including the one that I was talking about, the other video that I did, the shamanic chakra clearing, balancing, and illumination giveaway. So comments on any of them will count towards this promotion. Also for February, happy birthday again. For February, one of the things I'll be doing is I'm going to be doing a discount on my prices. So for a pre-recorded reading, instead of it being the $77.77, it's going to be $50 for at least, I believe that's listed as 30 minutes or an hour. I believe it's 30 minutes. So it's going to be a $50 reading. It's going to discount to $50. Just send me all the information that you want me to consider and all that good stuff. Talk to me, set it up. $50 for the pre-recorded, and $75 for a Skype or in person if you're in Jacksonville. And that goes for the tarot readings and the Reiki sessions. So that'll be up for February, and that'll be on all my February videos, which everything willing, I'm going to be able to get those knocked out mostly this weekend and the beginning of the week coming. So let's see what else we got. Oh, something else I'm doing. My wife has given me a suggestion to try to speed these videos up a little bit. I'm an Aquarius, my mind goes way out there, and sometimes it doesn't always flow quickly. So what she suggested that I do is that I actually lay the base cards first, So I've already got the cards laid out for your base reading, Cancer, and for your partner, work, or whatever the situation may be for that. And we're going to be doing the clarifiers over the reading as normal. But let's go ahead and jump in. Once again, like, subscribe, hit the bell. Also, if you like the decks that I'm using and you want to get them for yourselves, I have the links down below. The Amazon links are affiliate links, and if you're buying the decks anyway, consider it a tip jar. All you're doing is helping me with something you're going to be buying anyway. The Patch Tarot deck, as far as I can tell, they do not have an affiliate system set up, and they don't have their cards on Amazon. Doesn't matter to me. I really love their deck. So I do have their link to their website down below as well. I get nothing from it, so that once again does not matter to me. Also, it's not required, but tips are very much appreciated. They help me, like I said in my previous videos, they help me keep the lights on, and they help me keep doing what I'm doing so that I don't have to work a ton of overtime at my day job or drive for Uber and Lyft or things like that, so I can actually spend more time doing what I love to do. And this is part of what I love to do. So from here, I want to go ahead and jump into your reading. We're going to shift gears just a hair, done with the housekeeping stuff. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now, what I've got for your overall reading, what I'm feeling is, Cancer, you're feeling the divine call. That's in your head. You're feeling the divine call. There is a call to action that, like your first placement I've got up here for your mind space. I have the light card and the strength card. Or the sun card, sorry. The sun. What I'm feeling with this is it's just that power, raw power flowing down into you. There is something that is burning inside you. Now, something I forgot to say, and this came up in my Pisces video. Cancer, this is a general reading. The energies could flip-flop. It may not all pertain to you. Sorry, that was the last thing on the housekeeping that I want to make sure I hit. The energies may not all pertain to you specifically. It could be just the general energy that's going on. Cross watchers, moon rising, house placements, however that works. I don't know all of that. This energy could be flip-flopped. So if this is not for you, take what resonates, and what doesn't, toss it. Let me know too. Absolutely, let me know. I want to know if I'm pointed in the right direction or if I'm just completely off point. So let me know. Also, I'm trying to talk a little bit louder in my videos. I've had a couple of people say it's hard to hear me, and I have not had an opportunity to get a lapel mic yet. So this is what we're doing, and I'm trying to talk louder. So let me know if it's still not loud enough, and I will put a little more rush on the lapel mic. But back to you, Cancer. I feel like with these cards that I've got in your mental space, you have the Sun, the Strength, Passion card, the Priestess, and Resurrection. Let me pull all these cards up so you can see these. Normally, I like to show these cards as I'm pulling them. It makes it easier for me. Wife gave me this suggestion. If you would prefer the way I normally do my layouts, where I'm talking through as I'm pulling the cards, put that down in the comments below. Let me know what you would rather see. Would you rather see me just do this quicker and go straight into the reading, or would you rather me sit here and talk with you as I'm pulling the cards? So what I got is your first placement. the Sun and the Strength or Passion card. Then I got the Priestess. And after her, I got Resurrection, a balance, I feel straight out, you're getting a call. You're getting the call to do something. There's something, your soul is singing, and it's getting harder and harder for you to hold it back. There's something that you're called to do. You can feel it in the very fiber of your being, but you're worried about it. Your second row, your emotional state. Your first placement, I got the Five of Cups, and what are we? The Princess of Cups. Princess of Cups, I normally don't do reversed cards. When she came out as reversed, it felt right, so I left it. The Five of Cups, this person straight up believes that they are in lack, that they don't have what they need to do what they need to do. Her upright, to me, she looks exactly like the Hanged Man. She is thriving in what would normally be an inhospitable environment. Upside down, and with the Five of Cups to help inform it, it feels straight up you're afraid of making that jump. You're afraid of listening to the song. You're afraid of following the light. You're afraid of moving forward, of letting your soul sing. What you're seeing is the Tower. That's your next placement. You're seeing the Tower, Cancer. And I'm here to tell you, I've gone through some stuff. I've gone through a tower. It seems rough while you're in it, but it's so amazing once you get through it. It is absolutely amazing. And you know it. That's the wonderful part about it. That is the wonderful part about it. Right after that, you have the Queen of Discs upright. She is throwing out this emotional baggage that makes her think that she has to live in a lack mentality, and she is finding her own inner balance. This disc, this tablet that she has here, I don't know if you can see it with the resolution, but it has all of the zodiac signs on it. What that tells me is she is finding an emotional balance. She is finding a way after this tower moment to come back to center, to come back to where she needs to be. And that's a beautiful thing, especially when we start looking at your outcome cards. I can see right now it's not going to be easy. I don't want you to think that it is, but nothing worth having ever is easy. Nothing at all worth having is ever easy. But your first placement in your outcome, Cancer, is the Two of Cups. Two of Cups. And I feel like, to me, what I'm feeling off of this is it is a balance that is being made. That doesn't necessarily have to be lovers coming together. What I'm feeling more, it is you finding that balance within yourself. You finding that masculine and feminine energy that, there's a saying that my shaman teacher actually says, when you are in right relations, the world, the universe will conspire for you. When you're not, it can become predatory. The Seven of Swords here in your next placement tells me that this is not going to be an easy run. You are going to have to find your own value. You're going to have to find your own code of moralities, your own code of ethics, and you're going to have to actually stand up to the crucible, to the scrutiny, and be able to say, you know what? You know what? I am. I am Cancer. I am this. This is who I am, and this is my goal. This is what I'm going for. And it's more important to me to do this than it is to make you feel good about yourself. That's what you have to find in this. And that's what this is telling me. And once you do, you're going to be reborn through the fires of change, Cancer. The Queen of Wands. I'm seeing that right here. You're going to be reborn through the fires of change. You have a divine calling, Cancer, and it is calling you. You have an opportunity to realize a purpose in your life. You have that opportunity, and it is right here staring you right in the face, just like I am right now. It is begging you to see it. And I know this. I can feel it. Your overall energy right now, Cancer, is the Four of Cups. Try to get that out of the glare. Both of these are you. Both of them. On one, you're sitting there ignoring the world around you. That is one possible path. You can do that. And the world will be so much lesser for it. Or you could be this one, the green one right there standing behind it, behind the blue, saying, look at all I have. Look at everything. Look how my cup, my one is equal to your three. You could sit there trying to ignore everything, or you can sit there, or you can stand up and start making the effort, start doing what it is that your soul is calling you to, this, Cancer. And it's your choice. That is both the beauty and the terror behind free will. It's your choice to answer the call. I'm going to come back and I'm going to get some more I'm going to get some clarifiers on your side of the reading. What I want to look at now is your partner's side. And before I actually get into the reading, I want to talk about the overall energy and what I've got in this. The overall energy I've got for your partner. This is your partner, this is work or a situation. What I've got in here is the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords, I had to actually look at the little booklet that came with this deck to see to have it help me get a little insight on this card. And it is about a truth that was realized. Doesn't have to be terrible, but it is a truth that was realized that your partner now has to, they carry a responsibility. It is a truth that weighs them. It weighs on them, and it is their responsibility what they do with that truth, how they interact with that truth. The first placement in their mind space, to me, it confirmed what the overall energy was. It is the Ace of Swords. In this deck, the Ace of Swords is talking about a truth being realized. A wonderful thing. But the sword is double-edged. If it's utilized in the right way, then this truth can help propel this person forward, this person, situation, work, whatever this happens to be. It can help propel it forward in a divine manner. If this truth is mishandled, then it could be devastating to everyone involved. Next we have the King of Swords, the Dragon of Swords. He too sees the truth. He is trying to help understand the truth. whatever truth this is. I don't know what it is. When I'm done on this side, I'm going to do clarifiers on your side, then I'm going to come back and do clarifiers over here, and we'll see if we can try to get a little bit closer to what this truth is. But here, let me go ahead and read the entry for the dragon. I'll do it for the ace too. The sword presented. You are presented with an idea or truth that was previously unknown to you. This gift comes at a price, as the sword cuts two ways. Great things are possible, but if mishandled, much damage is possible. The dragon, or king of swords. The sword wielded. Using your rational capacities, make sure you are clear on your truths and incorporate your knowledge of cause and effect. Use this knowledge to lead others in implementing useful ideas. What I'm feeling here is this truth. It's going to be disseminated. They're going to share this truth with everyone around them. And the next the next card that we have in their mind space placement is the Griffin of Cups, the cup in action. This is all about doing something with your emotional space. I'll even go as far as reading the entry for it. I don't want to do too much reading, because what's the point? You could just look at it and read it yourself. But I was really called to read these cards. The chalice in action. All the dreams, sweetness, and love in the world slip away as if they never were, if they are not acted on. Action gives them power and direction. With power comes responsibility. Use it wisely. This is all talking about the responsibility that they have with this truth. Whatever it is they realized, there is a truth that they are now responsible for. And they're responsible for the outcome on how, depending on how it is presented, how they present that truth. They are responsible for that. In their heart or emotional space, their first placement I got is the Eight of Spheres. Now, the Eight of Spheres talks about living in lack, thinking that somebody else has taken more than their fair share, and living in a lack mentality, feeling like you don't have enough, like you're sitting there. All they have, they don't even have a fire at their camp. All they each have that little candle. They have no food or drink. They have nothing. But the night above them and behind them has a phoenix in his hand. It's like they feel like this, whatever this is, has taken the lion's share of everything from them. Got to get me a drink real quick. Got my coffee over here, my go juice. And before anybody says anything about me drinking coffee, I sweeten it with a raw, organic, pure stevia, and I use it as my carrier for my coconut oil. I'm on a modified keto diet, and I don't like consuming a lot of animal fat, so I take in coconut oil instead of the animal fat. Now, what I have as their second placement, and this is awesome. This is really awesome, because what this is telling me is they're going to move past this mentality. They're getting their own divine inspiration. Instead of feeling like they're in a lack mentality, what's going to end up happening for them is they're going to start moving into a creation, or more of a creator type mentality or emotional space. What they have is the Dragon of Spheres and the sun card, the one. He is the source. It is source. It is divine source. It is divine energy that's going to be flowing into their heart space. And because of that, the dragon, the sphere, it's commanding a level of abundance within themselves, that after that point, they will present themselves not necessarily in a lack mentality, but as the divine beggar, as the hermit. This is going to be flowing through them and from them. So in this space, they will move in their emotional space. They will move from a lack mentality to having the divine and source show them that they are the king. They are the kings of their own success, their own abundance. When you feel abundance inside you, when you feel that already, and you actually train your body every day, every thought, you train your body to become your subconscious mind. Your body is your subconscious mind, and you train it to become your conscious mind. When you start living in a mentality of abundance, that flows into your body. It changes the chemical makeup of your body, and you become abundance. You start drawing wealth to you because you start seeing the opportunities around you. You leave this point of being huddled in a corner. Not your partner leaves this point of being huddled in a corner, feeling like there is no warmth. There is only shades of gray, like this night. He is a black knight. He lives in shades of gray, even though the two beneath him believe that he is taking the lion's share of everything from them. When they're ready to leave that story behind and let that story go, and that's going to be part of this truth. I believe this is going to be part of this truth, that they're going to realize abundance starts in here. It starts in here. It starts all through your body. That's where abundance starts. When you have that, you find the abundance in the world around you. You no longer have to feel like you're going without, no matter how much you have. That's this person's emotional place. That's where they are moving to in their emotional space. What I have is their likely outcome. First placement is the 8 of books, the book creating. This truth, another piece that I believe is going through this. This is somebody learning to let go. The 8 of books is the book creating. It talks about, seriously, you've started the process. Your partner starts their process, and they have to be unattached to the outcome. When they can let it play out without trying to control the outcome, then that's when the right things are going to happen for them. Accept and surrender. They need to accept and surrender that things will be as they need to be. And that speaks volumes. They were really controlling, weren't they? They are or were extraordinarily controlling. And they're realizing they don't need to be. They don't have to hold on so tight for dear life. They can let go, and the world itself will conspire to help them. And through that, I feel like they're going to have their own tower moment. They have the phoenix of books, or the queen of books. The phoenix talks about rebirth. Rebirth doesn't always mean things are happy or easy. It means that you're choosing not to be defined by your story, by your previous story. Next up is the sphere, the 3 of spheres. choosing not to be defined by your previous story, but finding value in the story that comes next. Letting go of the past, letting go. Part of my shamanic training, my wife and I, our shamanic training, is the first direction we learned was the winds of the west, the great serpent. She who wraps her coils of golden light around us, and she teaches us to let go of our stories as she sheds her skin, her scales. That we are no longer bound by the stories we have told ourselves, that we are free to write new ones. This person, their realization is they don't have to be the person. One of the realizations is they don't have to be the person they were. And that weighs on them. Because when you don't have to be who you were, you don't really know who you're going to be. I know this. I went through my own awakening. I went through my own dark night, and I went through my own tower. You don't know who you're going to be. You're not the person you were, but you have no idea who you're going to be. And it's a beautiful process. I'm not on the other end of it. Hell, I don't even know if there is another end of it. It is the journey. It is the divine journey that we all came here to walk. You weren't born who you were meant to be. You were born so that you could discover who you're meant to be. And it's a wonderful thing. It can be a terrible thing too, especially if you keep trying to deny it and cut yourself. But it can be a wonderful, wonderful thing that allows you to be reborn, allows you to move forward in ways that you never thought possible. So you both are having a divine calling. Yours is more of a call to action. Theirs is a call to get themselves in order, which I've said this on a couple of videos. It seems like one partner is following the other. It feels like with this that they had to see that it was first possible for you, Cancer. And now that they have, either that or it's the other way around, because I know Cancers, you guys can wrap yourself up so tightly and protectively in that shell. When you have the strength to let go of that shell, beautiful things happen. Beautiful things. And you get the opportunity to affect the lives around you. And that is a wonderful opportunity. Let's get some clarifiers up here for you, Cancer. What do we want to clarify first? Let's actually clarify this strength and passion. Let's see if we can get some ideas on what we actually have going with that. Let's see what that looks like. Let's see. For my clarifier card on your side, clarifier cards on your side, Cancer, I'm going to be using the Rider-Waite deck. I've got that down below. I got links to that down below. If you don't have a Rider-Waite and you want one, use the links. It costs you nothing extra, and once again, it helps me. It helps me and it helps the channel. So, sorry if that's loud. I always feel like I need to reshuffle my cards when I start getting ready to do clarifiers or draw the cards. So let's see what we got here. I need at least one card to clarify these two. There we go. Got one jumping. What do we get? Yeah. It is the Six of Wands. This is straight up a call for action. Just like I thought, what's going on with you, it's a call to action. It's a call to bring your inner world and make it part of your outer world. Your soul is calling and it wants to be expressed. Let me see here. I want to go ahead. I want to clarify the resurrection card. What does that look like for you, Cancer? Ten of Cups. It's a celebration. It's family coming together. It's a balancing of family energy. I also feel like some of y'all could be pregnant. I don't get that very often. I don't think I've mentioned that on any of my readings as of yet. But I feel like some of you Cancers could be pregnant, could be having a child. But I feel like for the greater portion of you, it's a balancing of family energies. And it's a celebration of it. Part of this is reconciling with family, with who you view as family. Doesn't necessarily have to be blood, but who you view as family. Reconciling an old trauma, an old hurt. There is this ties in. This is what's coming to mind. There was a story I heard in my shamanic training during class about a therapist went to an institution for the criminally insane, and he didn't actually. I think it was a gentleman. I'm not sure. That part I'm fuzzy on. So it may have been a man, may have been a woman. I don't know. I don't care. But he stood over their paperwork, going through their paperwork, and he said he spiritually released them. He said to them, "I'm sorry for whatever I may have done to make you feel like this is the way you needed to be. And I release you from that contract." There's a story that was read to us called The Little Soul in the Sun. Beautiful story. Beautiful story. And it talks about forgiving those that have hurt us. We are all divine beings. And that this soul is said to God that I want to learn forgiveness. I want to learn to forgive in this next life. So another soul came forward and said, "I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you. But I need you to remember me, because I'm going to have to slow myself down. I'm going to have to become so dense, so heavy, that I will be able to do terrible things to you. And I need you to remember who I was. Because if you forget and I forget, we're going to have to bring someone else in here to remind us both. But I need you to remember who I was so that I can come back from being so heavy and hurt you so bad so that you can learn to forgive." I'm not sure exactly how that ties into this reading, but that came to mind while I was looking at that. I kind of feel like a good portion of you have someone to forgive. Whether it's actual blood family or not. Whether it's a friend that they hurt you somehow and you haven't fully released them. You haven't fully said there's still a tie there between you, but you've never actually forgiven them. Now here's another story. I just saw this on, and I'll put the YouTube channel, the video that I saw it on, down in the description. I don't remember it off the top of my head. There's a gentleman, hated his father, found out his father died. He was in It was during the 70s he found out his father had died 10 years prior, and he had never gotten a chance to go and say goodbye. He hated his father. So he went down to see his father's grave, and he spent however much time cursing his father, cursing his life, cursing his blood, cursing everything about him. This man had been trying to write a book, had had writer's block, had been unhealthy, had had all kinds of things going wrong with him. He spent however long it was cursing his father. Then he went back to his car, was getting ready to drive off and fly back to wherever he lived. While he was sitting in the car, he felt the call of the light, the call to action. And he went back to his father's grave. He answered the call. This is the same opportunity you have. It's not the same scenario, but it's the same opportunity. He answered the call. He went back to his father's grave, and he forgave him. I didn't know. I had no idea and still have no idea what you've gone through, what you experienced in your life that brought you to this place where you felt like you had to be the way you were. I have no idea, but I forgive you. And I apologize for anything I may have done that made you feel like this was the way our relationship needed to be. Once he was done, once he finished and he left, he went and wrote his book, and all that'll be in the video. He wrote his book, and he moved forward. He got his health right. He got everything right. And he believes, and so do I, that it was because he answered the call. We all have these opportunities all through our lives to answer the call. Answer the call to rise above the pain, to actually see the beauty in this world around you. You have that opportunity. The next cards, I want to look at this Tower card. I want to see what this is. What is going to be your Tower moment? What is going to bring that on? Let's see if we can get something to jump out. Cards are jumping, but they're not. I don't think they're the right ones because they're not jumping out. They're just bouncing around in my hand. It's like the universe is saying, close but not right. There we go. We got one. Nine of Pentacles. That's the Page that is naive about something you value. I believe that's the Page. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that's the Page. That's being naive about something you value. It's about feeling like being in lack is being naive. You're not seeing. Look at him. Look at that. Look at him. Look at him. He doesn't see the pentacles right behind him. He's focused on something else. He's focused on this little bird. It looks like it has a radish for a head. That's what it looks like to me. He's focused on everything but his values. That's what's going to cause your Tower. You're going to actually see your value. That's what we're looking at here. That's what these are saying. You're going to see your value, and it's going to cause a Tower because you're going to see you're worth so much more. You're worth so much more than what your job is giving you. You're worth so much more There is a calling to something so much more than what you're currently doing, and you've been ignoring it. And when you finally see it, when you finally let yourself see it, we're going to go ahead and turn this. We're going to turn this Princess of Cups back around. We're going to give you the right view. We're going to give you well, I won't say the right view. We're going to give you another view. Through this, you're going to get the Hangman energy, because I can feel it in her. She's going to change her view of this lack, of this Five of Cups. You're going to thrive in the cold. You're going to see what you thought was the cold, what you thought wouldn't work, is going to work for you, Cancer. And because of that, you're going to throw back whatever it was you thought you valued, that's been holding you back. You're going to throw that back out into the world, and you're going to actually move forward. You're going to find your own balance. It's going to be a tower. Don't get it wrong. It's going to be a tower. It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be rainbows and unicorns and candy canes. That's not the way any world works. Whether it's this one, the next, or the lower. Whether it's this one, the higher, or the lower worlds. It's not how those worlds work. Anything worth having is worth going through. It's worth working for. So you are going to have to work. Let me look at this. I want to clarify this Two of Cups, which is your card, Cancer, in this deck. Let's see what we got jumping. There we go. We got one bounce out. The Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. All about what you value, Cancer. Balancing your value. Balancing your values. I want to look at this Seven of Swords too. The Knight of Swords. Conflict. Which I don't know if this is going to go any deeper than this in this reading. They're both telling me conflict. Both cutting something away, fighting, arguing. I mean, look at it. You could take that person that's on the ledge and just replace them with the Knight, and it means the exact same thing. And it's you not settling. You're not going to settle. Even though somebody else has made a plan for you, you're not going to settle for it. That's their plan. That's their path. That's their journey. And you're meant for more than that. I want to get a clarifier on this Queen of Wands too. Oh man. The clarifier on your Queen of Wands is the Queen of Wands. I'm not going to be able to go any deeper into this side, into your reading, into your side of the reading, Cancer. If you need more in-depth, I can't do it in a general reading. I have my discounted rates for February. I'll honor them as of now through the end of February. $50 for a private reading, a pre-recorded private reading, or $75 if you want it, in person in Jacksonville or over Skype or something like that. If you want to go deeper on your side, we're going to have to set up a private reading. I'm not going to be able to go any deeper in a general. Because what's going to end up happening, I can already feel it. The cards are going to start making fun of us. Well, I won't say start. The cards are starting to mess with us and make fun of us. This is, what did I say? What part of Queen of Wands did you not understand? So, this is as far as we're going to be able to go in a general reading on your side. let's go ahead and look at your partner side. For your partner, Cancer, partner, work, whatever, I'm going to be using the Necronomicon Tarot. Great tarot for shadow work. Great deck if you want to see the shadow side of things, the subconscious, the dark side even of things. It doesn't mean it's negative it's going to have a negative message. I've had very, very positive messages come out of this deck. But it does mean that it's going to deal more with your subconscious or more with this person's subconscious and more with their base desires. So get a quick shuffle or two on this. I think we're going to go with 2. I like to do this. It's what feels right. And it lets me get a little bit deeper into the energy that goes with this side. So let's take a look. Let's do this Ace of Swords. Let's see if we can see this truth. He didn't jump out. Flipped over, but he didn't jump out. It doesn't feel right. Feels close, but not right. It's like when you can't quite remember the name of something or what you were trying to say and you're just stammering around it. That's what that felt like. So let's see here. What do we got? We got 2 cards jump out. We got the Wheel and the Knave of Discs jumped out for this. To me, this is all about there's something they're sacrificing. No. This to me feels like the knowledge coming in. They did sacrifice something. I'm not sure what it was. They sacrificed to get this knowledge, to get this understanding. This card, they feel like this is what's going to happen. They feel like it's going to just straight, and it can. If they don't handle this knowledge right, if they don't handle this knowledge properly, it could literally carve the heart out of something. Whether it's them or you or something else, someone else. It could carve the joy. And that's their choice. That's the double edge. Let's see what else we got. I want to clarify. What do we want to clarify? Talk to me. Tell me what we want to clarify. The Dragon of Swords. That's what we want to clarify. Dragon of Swords is clarified with the Nine of Swords. I don't feel like that's a breakup. I feel like it's a crossroads. Like they haven't made the choice on how they're going to use this information. They could use this information to tear something apart, or before I say this, before I finish saying this, they could use the information to tear something apart. I want to clarify this Griffin of Cups. High Priestess. Secret knowledge. It's not going to tell me what but it all says the same thing. They could use this knowledge to tear things apart, or they can use it to make things stronger. They can use this knowledge to come out of the lack mentality. And I feel like that's what they're leaning towards. Next thing I want to clarify for them is this Five of Spheres. The main thing I'm getting so far with this, though, is they haven't actually chosen what they're going to do with this knowledge. Five of Spheres, Five of Spheres, come on. There we go. The Hierophant. It's kind of funny you're getting two, they're getting two Hierophant cards. Dagon. In this card, they're trapped in their emotions. The Dagon is a god of the deeps. He cannot, the farthest he can go is right at the edge of the water. He cannot exit the water. So they can't, in this card, what this is telling me is they can't see past their own emotional state. And in this placement, this is despair. This is despair. This is anxiety. This is pain. This is pure lack. They feel like they are in a void. Like it's nothing but darkness around them. I want to know what brings in the sun. I want to know what changes. I want to know what gives them their light back. What lets them realize that they have their light. Nine of Wands. Try to get out of the glare. What you'll see here, what's standing out for me with this guy, is knowledge, the book that he's reading. Through that knowledge, he shines his light. And if you look at it, Dagon, he has this light tower that's shining straight into this other card, the Nine of Wands. It's this knowledge. This is the burden of the knowledge. The burden of the knowledge is that they now know that it's within them to change. They can't get you to change them. They can't get anyone else to change them. Then nobody else has to change except them. There is a change that has to happen on a fundamental level for them. And it will take them out of this energy into this hermit, into this, this one was the hermit, that's the Hierophant. Into this hermit energy that because they have nothing, they have the opportunity for everything. And that is the divine beggar. They can go anywhere they want. They can go in any direction they want and write any story for themselves that they want because they no longer see themselves as being without. The last card I want to clarify for them is I want to get the Three of Spheres. Two of Cups. We keep what we have by giving it away. We grow what we have by giving it away. This is an awesome reading for both of you, for you and your partner, Cancer. Because once they figure out that they're not lacking and they are able to share themselves, their heart, their everything, when they're able to share that, then it's the same thing for you. They're literally, in a different way, they're following the almost damn near the exact same path that you are. And once they understand it, once they let the world unfurl around them, they're going to be in their own abundance. Just like you're going to be in your own abundance, Cancer. Well, this video, I don't think it saved any time at all, me pre-laying my cards. This is already my longest video I've done since starting with tarot. I want to say thank you. Thank you so much for spending this hour with me. If you could for me, hit the like, subscribe, hit the bell. That helps me out. That helps me know that you like what I'm doing. You like the message that I'm giving. Also, if you can't make a donation, at like, subscribe, and bell, that's just as good as a donation to me. At some point, the channel will monetize, and I will get paid from that. So that way, there's no money that actually has to leave your hand. And that will help me be able to move into a position where I'll be able to do things like this more. And that's what I want. That's what I want for me. That, I feel, is my path. Once again, thank you for spending your time with me. It has been a pleasure for me. And I hope you have a good morning, good day, good afternoon, good night, whatever it happens to be, wherever you happen to be. Thank you.